欢迎大家来到羊兄咖啡店，就让我来带大家一起去聊时事吧。Hello， 大家好，欢迎大家又回到了羊兄饮茶啦。这期羊兄真的是请到一个真的非常非常有趣的一位嘉宾啊。他呢，其实各位也知道嘛，他曾经在马来西亚的华侨银行总裁办公室服务过。哇哦，他是谁呢？他是我曾经在Perdana Fellow所认识的好朋友，也就是Aunie。
Hello everyone, my name is Aunie.
OK， 奥尼真的是非常含蓄，他呢真的是很多非常有让我震撼到的经验啊，我觉得是很值得跟大众分享的。我们就直接开始好不好？好，奥尼 let's start the interview, okay?
Okay, sure.
Right. So you mentioned to me that you used to work at the CEO office at OCBC in Malaysia, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, is that correct? Yeah.
Wow, could you tell us more? What kind of experience do you have when you were working there at the OCBC CEO office?
Okay. All right. To be specific, all right. I'm working at the CEO's office, but I'm in charge. I was personally tasked with Chief Transformation Office, which is a transformation office in OCBC. So my working experience has been really great. I've been working with a very great team, and they have been very helpful to me. And my working experience include me doing all sorts of things like project management, like research, and most of it related to financial stuff lah, which is very secretive. Of course it's a trade secret. Wow. So maybe that's for another talk maybe. But yeah, my working experience has been really great. Yeah.
Wow, this is so fascinating. This is the first time I encountered someone who worked at the OCBC, CEO office as a Malay. How do you find yourself I'm sure that OCBC might be a Chinese-dominated environment. Is that correct? And how do you find yourself in that environment? And what's your experience?
Okay, if you're talking about OCBC as Chinese-dominated environment, yes, most of them are like Chinese. However, for me, I encountered a very smooth sailing internship experience.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, because even though they know the fact that I'm Malay and I don't understand Mandarin that well, so they respect me by speaking English with me. And the most important part is when you work at the CEO's office, you could see like an overview of the bank, right? So when you see the overview of the bank, they are also supportive, and there's no such thing like racism or discrimination. Even though it is a Chinese-dominated company, right? However, it's not really, there's no such thing like racism, and most of them are very welcoming and friendly to me. Yeah, they are eager to teach me all the time, and I have a blast during my internship experience. Yeah.
Wow, that is so fascinating to hear, man. So, but could you share with us about your background? Because I'm quite curious about what is your background and how do they accept you, into OCBC?
Okay, my background, surprisingly, I'm actually coming from UiTM, which is a very Malay-dominated, Bumi Putra lah, Bumi Putra dominated universities. However, knowing the fact that I came from such background, right, and they easily accept me, and they offer me such position in the end, so it just intrigued me on to explore more about, okay, what about a Chinese-dominated company? How will I encounter racism? Will I encounter discrimination? I had the thought when I accept the offer, right? But I went through a little bit of research. I talked to a lot of friends who had their internship experience there, and they mentioned no such things. So it's not just my department. So it also comes from other departments as well. So these opinions, just debunking the myth, the fact that people thought that OCBC is a very kasu and but the thing is, there's no such thing in that, surprisingly. And to be honest, for me, I really grateful of the fact that there's no things like this. And to be honest, it's just maybe in the end it's all just stereotype and stigma. So there's no such thing like that lah.
It's so great to hear about experience, and to my understanding that you're also working in a very important department. It's called strategic planning. Is that correct? Could you share with us more about what kind of strategic planning do you do in that department?
Okay, to be exact, it is actually strategic and transformation office. So what we do is strategic planning on where's the bank direction, what industry and what a specific field are we going into, and of course the details I couldn't share, but there's a lot of strategic planning that includes on how to grow the bank, especially in Malaysia, how to make our presence bigger and the rest.
Oh wow, that's so interesting to hear. I'm very happy for you. So are you still going to work with OCBC at the moment, or you have any other plan in the future?
For now, I'm taking a career break because I am handling a Youth Economic Forum. Okay, just to be, just to promote Youth Economic Forum 2023. So since I am a Pana Fellow, so every year we have this flagship program called as Youth Economic Forum.
Right.
So if for Youth Economic Forum, we will invite a lot of young professionals, coming from a various background, and then to come, this is like a critical thinking platform where we invite prominent speakers, and this forum will talk about a lot of the current issues, especially related to youth and economic. So this is a little bit of brief of Youth Economic Forum. So I'm taking my career break just to handle Youth Economic Forum since I'm the director. It's my responsibility. And then probably the next time I'm excited to explore other industry as well. Of course, included banking. Yeah.
Fantastic. So let's talk about the Youth Economic Forum that you just mentioned. Could you just share with us about the topic that you're going to discuss about more in like this year conference?
Okay, this year's conference, we will be talking about growing prosperity. This is our theme. Let me clarify on that. So growing prosperity, working together, and growing prosperity, working together, and restoring Malaysia. Okay, it's all about restoring Malaysia. The fact that we're trying to see Malaysia as a more inclusive Malaysia, right? That's why the growing prosperity, we will include a lot economic agenda on how we can grow the prosperity in Malaysia. So our economic agenda will be talking about Madani economic narrative and a lot of economic related directions in Malaysia. And then for working together, we'll be talking about global agenda on how ASEAN cooperation could help develop Malaysia, could help develop the economy for ASEAN countries. And then we will be talking about education agenda. We have politic agenda. Yeah, and all the rest. Basically, when we talk about restoring Malaysia, of course, we have to mention political agenda, right? So this political agenda is a specific agenda we created every year just to make sure that we were talking about the political situations in Malaysia and how it impact youth and lessons from PRN and how can we involve the youth more in politics and and how does the Madani the Madani that is introduced by PMX how can it improve Malaysia in in terms of the political way.
Right. You mentioned about inclusivity and equitable distribution of economic gains, right? So could you just share with me about your thoughts on like race relation in Malaysia? Because now we know that in politics there have been very toxic trend about talking about race and religion. I think that is very sensitive. But on your note, what could you share with us about what is your thought on race relation in Malaysia at the moment?
Okay, when we talk about race, right? For me, I believe a lot of young Malaysians have the same thoughts like me. We're not supposed to think about race or religion or whatever it is. It's all about, in the end, like I say, I'm always up for competency and merits, So when we talk about this issues has been going on for so long, so long. A lot of, I don't deny political party assistance on separating us, especially in terms of religion and race. But, in the end, it's all about us Malaysian thinking how we can unite together and, you just combine our energy, combine our strength and, just to create a very inclusive Malaysia. For now, it's all about how you grow your mindset, how you approach other races and religions. It's not about nowadays issues like race and religions are so boring and so divisive. So there's no such thing like that anymore. There's not supposed to be like that. How many years are we already, right? We're in Malaysia for like 66 years already. Since Independence Day. So there's no such thing like race. It's all about seeing others as Malaysians, not as Malays, Chinese or Indians. It's all about uniting us now.
But now the problem is that, for example, the policy has been very race-oriented in certain aspects. But in your opinion, right, do we still need to keep this policy or moving forward we have to slowly transition to a different policy like a need-based or merit-based policy?
Okay. For me, to be honest, when we talk about this sort of policies, right, of course, it is a very sensitive topic. And if you ask for my opinion, I would go for merit-based.
Right.
But if you ask some, politicians and the rest, this is all to take care of their political interests, of course. They created these kind of things to create, divisive, just to somehow makes us separated lah. But in my opinion, I think it's best if in the near future, or maybe I am dreaming or I am hoping for a very merit-based policy that could unite us more rather than just all Malaysian, rather than just oppressing one party or one race. Let's not do that lah. It's all, in the end, it's all about competency. If you are able to challenge, if you are able fail to meet the standards, then you're supposed to get what you deserve, right? Then if you don't get all this just because of certain policies that stop you, then how can you change that? You're not a government, right? Unless you come into the government and you change it on your own lah. But of course, this is a very sensitive topic, and of course, this is a very sensitive topic, and I believe that this should be revised more and talk more lah. Because Malaysians, the problem with us is we don't have enough platform to talk about this kind of stuff,
to talk to each other.
Yeah,
to talk, like our channel.
To talk to each other, in a way that is healthy. Most of us will be talking about this kind of issues, but trying to stand your ground, trying to
and not trying to see eyes to eyes like you and me right now.
Thank you for clarifying that. I was trying to look for the words. So this is very weird, like knowing the fact that we're almost like in our Independence Days, right? So our Independence Day is coming near. So I think it's best that for the coming Malaysia to always focus on creating a platform for the Malaysians to talk about this kind of issues. Of course, in a very healthy discussion, and revise it together to make sure that everyone get an equal opportunities.
Fantastic. So talking about also I know that you used to serve as a Perdana Fellow. That's not how I know you as well. So could you, when you were a Perdana Fellow, which ministry did you serve under? Could you just share with us?
I serve under Ministry of Housing and Local Government.
Alright. So Ministry of Housing and Local Government. So that time who was the minister back then?
Datuk Sri Rizal American.
In 2020.
2020. 2021. Sorry. 2021.
Still we are still suffering from COVID lah that time. That was interesting.
Feeling back then.
Could you just share with us about your experience serving in the ministry to our audience?
So as a Perdana Fellow, I would encourage all the youth out there to participate in Perdana Fellow. It is a very great platform for you to learn from the highest form of the government. Of the government. So what I did back then was I was involved in a lot of personal tasks and a lot of government related policies as well. We are having to go through certain things, and of course I couldn't share the details, but it was a very amazing experience. And if I may, I would like to say that, once you become a fellow, you come into a family that involve a lot of, competent people. And these people are, they might be somebody else. And it will be a very great networking platform for you. And also, you are involved in the highest form of governments, right? So you're able to see how the government works, how a ministry works. And I assure you that's not easy. And of course, and seeing these people works will inspire you to become a better person.
Right. So I'm glad to hear about your experience as well. Could you just share with us about any specific policy that you can talk about, and what is your experience dealing with that specific policy for Malaysia, for example, in your ministry?
When we talk about policy, right, back then I didn't have enough time to actually be involved in policy papers, but I did read a lot of other policy stuffs that I am supposed to create to come out with to do research and to come out with points and how I can be involved, and how the Ministry of Housing and Local Government could help developing the policies, right? So for me, what exposed me the most is that when you see a minister work, you see that they are I would say that my minister doesn't work like a human.
It's like a Kiasu spirit.
He has that. Not really lah, but seeing how tiring it is, and see how one person could try so much to develop Malaysia, to be very much involved in creating Malaysia, I think that exposure is enough. You're able to see someone who's really committed to serve the nation, and you are getting inspired by that. So that is enough for me. That is the biggest exposure, to see how a minister work.
So coming to the end of the program, so how do you see yourself, in our country? What's your vision for our country's future?
If I may talk about a vision, right? So when I see Malaysia, I see a very inclusive country. So we had a lot of other races, not just Malays, not just Chinese, not just Indians. There's a lot of other races as well. And I always think that this race is supposed to unite us. There's no other country like Malaysians,
True.
There's no other country like us. So as a very proud Malaysians, I believe that in the near future, I'm dreaming about a very inclusive Malaysia where, there's no such thing like race or religion. There's no this kind of thing. I mean, you can practice whatever religion you're practicing. You can be in whatever race it is. But in the end, we're one Malaysia, So if we're one Malaysia, we're supposed to unite with each other, not separating lah. So in terms of that, I believe that in the near future, my visions for Malaysia is to have a more inclusive Malaysia. And I wish to not hear any related to race or whatever, anything related to race or religion anymore. Let's not do that. We're Malaysians, so we're supposed to unite. And in the end, I wish for nothing more but a very peaceful Malaysia lah, where we don't encounter discriminations, where we all can be kind to each other. Yeah. So that's it.
Alright, so thank you very much for your time, Aunie. It's a pleasure to have you on our program.
Yeah, thank you too.
好的，非常谢谢大家能够收看我们的频道。因为呢，这个交谈我觉得非常有意义，是因为Aunie呢，他曾经在一个华侨银行总裁办公室担任过，他的角色呢，真的是让我感到非常的震惊，而且我觉得是一个马来西亚迈向未来一个很好的一个出路啦。我也希望有更多这样的交谈呢，让我们知道不同面向的马来西亚好不好？所以这期的羊兄饮茶啦就来到这里啦。不知道大家对于Aunie跟我的这个访谈有什么想法？欢迎大家在下面留言发表你的看法哦。如果你是喜欢这内容访谈的朋友，请不要吝啬订阅、点赞还有分享出去，因为你们的支持是对我最大的鼓励哦。我们下期再会，拜拜。